Guess what? SEO is completely changing in 2023 for the better or worse.
They're changing a little bit of the machine learning and the AI. There's AI being utilized by other companies to then help a digital marketing agency, a business owner to create content. That's a negative thing because Google already said we're going to start looking for AI types of content. It doesn't feel organic. It doesn't feel real.
A lot of the bots too, like this has been happening a long time. It's not like new. They've hit a point where figured it out. I mean, they're doing things all the way back from their 2019 algorithm change and finally just collecting all this data, refining it, where it's actually probably more usable. And not for like SEO content. We just mean like the simple, like you type in a question on your search engine and it pops up with like, dude, after 10 million searches on this one thing through AI, it's finally getting you accurate information.
Right. And so you have the AI that's with Google, which is helping search engine results. And then you have the AI that's trying to go against Google, that's utilizing it as an additional search engine, right? You have these ChatGPTs, you have a few other businesses that are trying to create content and AI to answer questions and help people out to be like, what's the best use for this? How do I use this? And so it's populating content. And it's going to be a negative impact on like, you shouldn't use that kind of content when you're doing SEO content or you're creating new content for your web pages. I think it's okay if you want to use it for a press release or you want to double check or adjust an article or an email that you wrote and you want it to be better. But I know that Google's already on top of, we're not going to start letting that, be utilized. But now there's EEAT, so it adds an experience, right? So experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness for content.
What Cam's saying is on your website, if you have like AI content, it's not going to give you the best user experience because it's just like generated via AI.
When we're creating content nowadays, people don't understand how intricate your content could be to be better. Like how much you can put into making it feel real, making it feel organic, like adding in an owner's perspective. Like we're an agency, right? And if we added an owner's perspective or they added in a paragraph or two, like we literally did it with one of our articles, they added 3 sentences that they organically came up with themselves. It was nowhere else on the internet, and that's the #1 ranking article. Because Google scanned through it with its web crawlers, right? And spiders, and was like, wow, this is real. This is somebody who took this from their heart. It wasn't something that they picked off of this website and reworded it or took it on an AI chat.
Yeah. So next thing is social media SEO. Same exact concept is where all these algorithms, they've had SEO, but now they're collecting so much data and refining it to where TikTok has moved up. I don't know if you have any data on that.
Yeah, I have a quick stat. It's like, so they went from 656 million global users to 755 million users in 2022. I think you can speak on this too, like YouTube. What's some of the things we're changing on our YouTube that's SEO?
Key phrases in SEO, and then if you have those key phrases, then you just magically pop up. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing I've noticed is like one video will blow up and just because of the title or the, how it's kind of made at the beginning, the hook, if you will. But another big thing is also Google owns YouTube. So they want to see experience, expertise. Like, hey, is this guy, like I've seen 30-minute videos that have millions of views because it's like, oh, that guy knows what he's talking about. People watch it,
Yeah, and if you've noticed on YouTube, like people who are ranking 2 years ago, 1 year ago, aren't the same people because they're noticing this was pointless content. Don't get me wrong. They still have their million, views on it, 20 million views, but those people aren't getting subscribers. They're not gaining traction. Right. They're not getting more money with monetization.
Yeah, you do the same thing. And that's like speaks in full circle back to business is if you do the same thing over and over, it's like these businesses that say, oh, we've been doing word of mouth for 80 years. Yeah. It's 2 generations. And like, that's cool. Good. I'm amazed you guys are still in business. Cause like, that probably speaks to like, hey, they have a great product or service. Cool. That's awesome. But imagine if you took a little bit of that money and put it into marketing. Like you always got to grow is what I'm trying to get at.
No, absolutely. That's what these companies are doing. That's what YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, they're trying to 1% changes to grow. We always talk about that. One big thing to go to that is SERP, the search engine results page. Like that has changed. I don't know if you guys have noticed. You don't click a number anymore. It's trying to be more like, which honestly, the #1 person gets like, I don't know the exact stat. It's like 33% of all the clicks, #1. Number 2 is like 16. Number 3 is like 7. Whatever. Those are probably wrong a little bit, but I know #1 is like 33. In doing this, you'll probably get more people on page 2. All you do is scroll down now. So it's not even page 2. You'll probably get more people actually clicking on the lower options.
And if those are the better options, you're going to start seeing rankings change. I think that's why, like, I've looked at a ton of other people who do SEO and have an agency, and they've noticed like things are going down because that article might have ranked because it had really good keywords or the meta description was great. People are clicking lower ones because they're not clicking page 1, 2, 3. They don't notice a page.
Yeah, isn't that weird, the human psychology, like to go click the button versus just scrolling? Like, I don't
Well,
know.
that's what Instagram does, right? That's
Yeah.
what TikTok, right?
We're being indoctrinated. Scroll, scroll, scroll.
And so now our user experience is to think that just because it's lower doesn't mean it's worse. But in psychology, page 1 is better.
Mhm.
It's the first.
You ain't first, you're last.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's kind of like on my end. That's the biggest thing for me is just always improving. That's like, I don't care if you're ranked number 1 right now. It's like, okay, are there more keywords? How's our social media unification? Anyway, we just get into the consulting side of things versus like web and SEO and stuff. But it comes full circle to that's your business, right?
Right. The next thing that I have on here is priority to be mobile responsive. Like it's already been.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's been like a thing, right? You need to be there
since like 2016.
Yeah, it's been forever. But what they're trying to do now is Google has a thing where if you type in Google mobile friendly tool,
type that in.
You can
Google
put your
mobile friendly tool.
You can put your URL in, and it'll tell you if it is. And if it's not, you need a new website because all these people right now are on their phone searching. Don't get me wrong. In certain industries, people still use their desktop and look up stuff. But I'm looking on my phone all the time for things, for recipes,
also,
for all sorts.
This is a fact. Like my parents do it. They're, I don't know if it's their thumbs. They're weird about texting, but now they're just speaking into their phone. So voice is a big thing. And again, over time, you'll start to see. I mean, shoot, in 10 years, VR will be a thing. Like that's not. It's like kind of a thing, but not to the full capacity of what it's gonna be.
No, I agree with that last statement. It's like with our voices, we're always just like we say incomplete sentences, we text incomplete sentences. So it's funny that like some results are like get 3,000 hits per month because people say incorrect things. They're like food near me now. Like you're like what?
Yeah.
Like how is
We're
that a
spelling
keyword?
incorrectly?
And they can still rank for it.
I know not everyone's educated, so some people spell things wrong and it still pops up because that's SEO.
And so it's just like I think these are the main things for the SEO trends for 2023.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. Subscribe, like. Have a great day.